Hey everybody, Curious here. Welcome back to The Long Dark. So we just had a version update. It's going to be 0.271 now. They just did a couple hot fixes. Nothing new as far as game features or anything like that. They just fixed a couple little bug crashes. So anyway, nothing that really applied to us. It had something to do with coastal, and it had something to do with no, apparently not my dog growling at my cat. Snickers, hey, cut it out. Sorry about that. Jeez. Anyway, good timing there, right? So, I guess I could start the recording over again, but I'm not going to. It just adds to the ambiance. It sounds like there's a wolf just outside the door growling. It's kind of creeping me out. I'm probably just going to get eaten now, thinking it's probably Snickers, and the next thing I'm going to know, I'm going to be doing a wolf jump scare. So, all right. Anyway, a couple things. I'm an idiot for throwing the flare off the top of the lighthouse. I should have used that to actually start my fire here, then went up and thrown it off the top of the lighthouse. Brilliant. I know, wasted a match there on top of 2 flares by accident in the last episode. Plus, let's see here. I got, that is creepy. They need to just use audio from my own dog. She's like a big German Shepherd. So, anyway, what else have we got here? The fact or fib question I asked about. The answer is, yeah, I ended up on the roof, almost locked out with a new officer. And, yeah, we do have radios and all that, but that's not the type of thing that you want to try to describe to over the radio for everyone to hear. So, yeah, someone said, don't you have radios that you can use? Yeah, I could, but try describing how to get up there, and, you know, you have, like, basically the entire shift and everyone listening to it just kind of going, God, what an idiot. So, that's why you would want to use a cell phone in that case, because there's nothing really that private on the radio. What else is there? I did send Alan an email about the decoys and selecting your own decoy meat or decoy item to drop as a preference, and he agreed. He said that's probably going to be a good idea. Right now, the way it picks the best item as far as lure capability, because apparently some items have a stronger lure potential than others. So a nice red, raw, juicy piece of meat is going to be far more attractive to a wolf than, say, a can of peaches. So anyway, but he agreed that, hey, if you do want to preserve your meat and you want to take the risk by dropping something a little less attractive, you should have that option. So I don't know if it'll be implemented or not. He didn't say whether it was, but he acknowledged that, yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea. So what else was there? I also mentioned during the email, I just had an idea that maybe we could go ahead and like maybe have traps or have poisoned meat, something like that, if we had some sort of way to poison the meat, and we could leave that behind as a decoy too. I would obviously choose poisoned meat over anything else if I had a lure option. So, okay, now that that's all done, take a breath here. Accurize, take a breath. I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me, and let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's make sure I don't have any more flares to pop, so we don't have to worry about that problem anymore. That's one way to solve it. I do have 2 flares left in the Riken, I do believe, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave them there. I think I have more flares back at Mr. Lake, plus we have coastal and a lot of other areas. We're probably going to pick up some flares, but I figure by the time I make it back here to Desolation Point and hit the Riken again, I'll probably be pretty desperate for those type of items, so I'm just going to save it for the next time I'm back in this area. What have we got here? Yeah, let's go ahead and travel. 6 hours of daylight left. Yeah, looks good. It's beautiful outside. Let me check my inventory real quick. Just see where we're at. 73 pounds. Furwood. You know what? I'm thinking maybe we should repair something real quick here. If we have that opportunity. Let's take a look here, see if we can repair anything with that furwood. We got that hatchet we just repaired. The rifle we repaired. That's good. That's good. Everything looks pretty good. 31 arrowheads. Let's just go by category again, because that is the easiest way to tell what belongs and what doesn't belong. Let's tear these up, actually. Yeah, let's harvest those up real quick here, 10 minutes, and then I'll probably use the cloth from this to repair something else here real quick if we got the chance. Probably my hat. I don't know. Socks. Yeah, socks are everywhere, though. But I'm thinking the hat, probably. What happens if I do a repair on this? It's going to require 1 cloth. Repair amount's 27%. So yeah, it'll take us up to that should max us out there. 92% chance. Let's go ahead and do that. And yeah, there we go. Let's do the sewing kit. I had to wonder if that snow was indicating an impending storm. Sounds like it might have been, so maybe it was a good idea to hang out here for a couple more minutes. And okay, so we got a little bit of a warmth bonus there. What else can we do? Oh, we got this meat. I really don't want to be carrying around a bunch of meat, but I'm pretty full, so oh, what the heck? We'll keep the meat with us, and if we have to drop it as a decoy, so be it. Otherwise, it's staying with us. And we got a couple little items here, 450, 500. We got about 1,000 calories right there if we need them. So actually, those are really, there's not hardly any meat left on those, so at all. So let's just go ahead and eat these. Here's one, and then this should pretty much, yeah, that'll pretty much top us off, almost perfect. There we go, good deal. All right, and a little bit of water left here. We're not really that thirsty yet. So, okay, what else can we do here with inventory? So I was on clothes, food, we're aware of that. This is where all of our weight is right now. Jerry can, how much is that weighing? 2.29 pounds. 80% fuel. Let's go ahead and refuel this. There we go. Well, today was an eventful day. It was my day off. Tuesdays we do gymnastics with my oldest, my 23-month-old, 22-month-old, I guess. And yeah, so I went to bed after recording last night's disastrous episode. Woke up, fed the littlest one, and who doesn't quite sleep through the night altogether. And anyway, my wife woke up and she had some vertigo going on. That she had a couple little dizzy spells over the last week where she just got up and sort of just felt dizzy, but didn't think much of it. And today, I guess she woke up and it was pretty 37 degrees. Actually, it's not too hateful out. I kind of like this weather. 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's move. Hopefully it causes the wolves to bed down a little bit. But today she actually woke me up after only getting about 2 or 3 hours of sleep, and then waking up, taking care of the baby, and then getting another couple hours of sleep. She woke me up and was like, hey, I'm going to need to lay down because I'm just not feeling good. I'm throwing up, that sort of thing, and getting dizzy and stuff. So I, obviously get up, take care of the kids, and she ends up going to the hospital. Hey, she has her sister come by and pick her up and drive her. There's a wolf way out there up on the road, so we're going to need to be cautious about him. I think we can slip behind him. And anyway, she has her sister take her to the hospital, and I ended up staying with the kids. She didn't want me to go to the hospital with the kids, especially the 7-week-old. She really didn't want, being that she's a nurse in the surgical ICU. I guess she kind of doesn't want any of those germs getting to the 7-week-old who's potentially vulnerable. And so she wanted me to stay home with the kids. So I did. And she got checked out, ended up getting some anti-vertigo medicine. And am I stuck here? Okay. Whew, I thought I was stuck there for a second. About to restart my game, I'll tell you that much. Got some anti-vertigo medicine. They did some tests. Nothing came back positive, so right now they're not exactly 100% sure what it was. They're saying probably positional vertigo or something like that. And I thought there were some birds flying around here, out this way, when I almost left last time. It looks like some wood or something. There's something here. This does not look like it belongs. Yeah, it's a piece of wood. What is that? Is that cedar? Okay. Not worried about that. So anyway, she got home just as I was tucking the little ones into bed. And after taking the oldest one to gymnastics, my parents met me there like they always do. And they watched over the youngest one while I was out there bouncing around on a trampoline and doing log rolls and stuff like that with the youngest one. So, the day went pretty normal. Just my wife wasn't there. I was kind of worried about her at the hospital, but everything seems to be as good as could be expected, I guess. So, anyway, here I am. Surprisingly, I feel really good. I'm not super tired or anything, and I just wanted to come in here and play some TLD with you guys. So, I tell you what, I feel like since I've gone to the 30-minute episodes, I feel like like a tighter connection with you all. And, we get into some pretty funny comment chains and things like that. And so yeah, I just want to come out here, decompress a little bit, jump into the TLD. Even if I die here, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's a good feeling. So let's head on up here, see what we can find. Hey, rabbit. Some more sticks and stuff like that. I think this is where we exit, right? This is where we can get out. I think so. Have we been here? We'll know here in a second when I see this truck. I don't know. Maybe we haven't. Doesn't look like we've ever searched. Oh. The flare gods are smiling. The gods of stupidity are smiling upon me. All right. Jeez. All right. Oh, actually, I think I gotta go up here into the left. Yeah, there's that birch tree that I commented on when I first came into this map, and I went up and tried to see if I could peel off any birch bark from that tree itself. So, all right. And this is the canyon where I thought I was being led to my death. And it looks like we're gonna make it out of here alive. So, chalk one up for luck. Despite my best efforts, we're walking out of here on our own 2 feet, not inside of a stomach of a four-legged canine with a bad attitude. Oh yeah, this is where the rabbit was hanging out. I was like, oh, it's all coming back to me. Yeah, there's some old man's beard. What a beautiful little map this is, though. I'm sure there's some areas that I missed and things like that, but the point was to get out here, get arrowheads, and get back. It wasn't to try to live off the land too much here. I mean, I figure if we get to the point where we have to move from Mystery Lake to Pleasant Valley, and then from Pleasant Valley to Coastal, and then from Coastal to here, not necessarily in that order, but and we're trying to survive, subsistence survive. Where the heck is the... It's got to be... There it is. Okay. Subsistence survive. Once we're at that point, then I can do a lot more exploring when I'm back here. But this does give you guys a nice taste of what this has to offer. Try to look down there. What is that down there? Oh, that's just the road and the logs that we're going up alongside. Okay, let's get out of here. How's my... Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit winded here, but that's okay. Oh, let's not do that. You guys were thinking I was going to do it again, didn't you? At least I would have had an excuse. I would have had somewhat of an excuse this time. Could have said, oh, well, my mind's just not right. My wife was in the hospital, man. Leave me alone. But, yeah, yesterday I had no excuses. I mean, it was a great day, so what can I say? It's truly an awesome day. It was a good day at work, actually. I got to go on a medic run to this little, she's 2 going on 3-year-old girl who had something stuck in her nose and turned out to be a piece of mulch. And I got there and she was scared, and I just sat down and tried to be as fun. Can I get up over here or not? Okay, there we go. She was scared, so I just sat down and it was kind of cool because I talked to her, like, in the past, before I had kids, I never really knew how to talk to the kids. I grew up in pretty much a single, or like an only child. My 2 older half sisters were like 13 years or older than me, so there was, it was a little different. Never had younger kids in the house, but since I had kids, now I'm really good at talking to kids, and I just sat down and like, hey, can you give me 5? And she gave me 5, and I was like, there's the ambulance. They got some cool lights, don't they? As they were pulling up, and she giggled about that. Then she screamed when she saw the medics. I was like, dang, man, that's like payback right there. Normally everyone screams when they see me, and they're like, oh, God, I love firefighters, or I love paramedics. But no, she was actually all about me, and they ended up not being able to help her as far as like get the item out. And it would kind of make sense. If there's something stuck in their nose, like a piece of mulch, like it was, even if the medics were able to tweezer it out, like Mom couldn't get it out with tweezers, and the medics said, if we try, we might not be able to get it out. And I'm like, yeah, even if you try to get it out, no guarantee that what you got out is all of it. So, there might be something still left in there that could cause problems further down the road. And they're like, well, yeah, that's true too. And so they said we can transport her, to the children's hospital, or we can, you can do that. So Mom was like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and do it myself. But, it's a burned out flare. Oh, what a teaser that was right there. All right. Do I need any more lantern fuel? I don't think so. Yeah, that fatigue's not too bad, even though I am overweight. How are we doing here? 89% fuel. Let's go ahead and refuel again. There we go. 100% fuel. All right, like that. Did it add a pound? I don't think I'm going to take that with me. I want to leave that again for my return trip. I'll probably be desperate for these type of. How did I not check this? Dog food. I think I'll take that actually. What did I leave in these? Crackers. I'm gonna leave the. Ooh, the crackers are actually better than the dog food, I think, as far as calories. Let me check on this. But then I got to go out on a. Towards the end of the shift, I got to go out on a. And again, this is yesterday. My last day of work before today, my day off. 600 calories, and they're lighter. I'll take both of those because this is going to start degrading, and if I leave it here, there's not going to be anything left of either of these actually. So I'll take both of those. So I got to go out on this dog complaint where a dog charged a neighbor, like the dog was out running loose, and it's in an apartment complex, and apparently it charged a neighbor and their kid when they were out taking the trash out to a common dumpster that they use. And, okay, gotta remember how I get through here. Is there an easy way down? Sometimes developers allow you a nice little quick access out of little areas like this. Sort of like this. Little shortcut. There we go. Okay. So, why am I carrying this? I want to carry anything. I'm going to carry my rifle. Yep. So... it was like a 10-year-old kid. I guess they were taking their trash out to the common dumpster that everyone uses. And when they're coming back, this German Shepherd comes at him and charges at him. And Mom has to start yelling at it, basically putting on a tough show, trying to keep the dog back. And the owner comes out and she yells at the owner, "You need to get your dog under control." And he's like, "You need to get back in your, blank house." And which, that at that point she goes, "Well, I'm going to call the law." So that's how I ended up getting called. Was she wasn't too appreciative of his response. And so I get there and I talk to her and she's like, "Yeah, this isn't the first time it's happened." So I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll go talk to the guy." And I go over to his little building, and it's an older guy. No, I don't know, probably in his mid-60s or so. And he says, "Yeah, my dog," I knock on the door and I hear the German Shepherd. I'm like, "Oh, that's the German Shepherd. I can tell." Anyway, knock on the door and he comes to the door and he's like, "Yeah, the dog's been getting out. The landlord's replaced this fence, and since they've replaced the fence, I had to put up a little makeshift fence to try to keep my dog in this tiny little backyard that I have back here. And this is an interesting little area. I didn't know it went this way. Oh, this could be dangerous. But we'll check it out a little bit here." So I hear birds everywhere. It's probably from those carcasses that I just left. But anyway, he shows me his little makeshift fence. It's literally like some of those little wire things that you put around a little flower bed. They're about 2 feet high, and they have rounded tops on them and stuff. And he's got two deep of those, and two rows deep of those, and that's his way of keeping his German Shepherd in his backyard. I'm like, "You're kidding, right?" So anyway, I'm like, yeah. The reason why I said she seems like a pretty reasonable person. It would probably be a good idea to go ahead and tether your dog or chain him if you're going to let him out in this little backyard until you get the feathers, until you get the fence secure. Oh, he's after something else. He's after that rabbit, and he's going the other way, isn't he? Yes, he is. Assuming that's the only one, I'm going to use the rule of one on this one and make an assumption that there's more than one wolf out there. I thought there was more than one feather, actually. Apparently they're all sticks. So, anyway, he, I'm like, yeah, okay. He's like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll go ahead and tether the dog up from now on, you know, until I get the fence like really secure. And I'm like, perfect, man. I said, now you got to live here. And she's kind of annoyed by the way you talk to her, especially in front of her son. I said, but if you want to, I go over there if you want to apologize. I said, it's completely up to you. But if you do, I think it's going to go a long way with her. He's like, yeah, you know, absolutely. I definitely want to do it. He jumped all over it. I was like, cool. So I was like, yeah, I think it was the F-bomb that you dropped that really like got her upset enough to call me. And he's like, yeah. He said, I can't believe I said that. I shouldn't have said that. So he went up there. We knocked on the door and he apologized. It was great. And they shook hands and introduced each other as like, hey, I'm your neighbor. Actually, when we were walking up to her house, he's like, yeah, she is a really nice and understandable lady. She actually gave me her parking spot. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was like, yeah, you definitely need to apologize. If it were me, to me, that's the decent thing to do. So anyway, he goes up and they're all buddy now. Well, I'm walking out to my cruiser and I ended up getting sidetracked a little bit because I noticed he has like an address on the front of his apartment and then on the back where the garage is. And the back garage, the numbers were transposed to address number. I'm like, wait a minute, that's wrong. So I go back, get out of my car as I was about to leave and go back there and I tell him about it. And I'm like, he's like, oh, the painters. I had some contractors here and they took the numbers down to do the painting and they must have put them up in the wrong order. I'm like, well, it threw me off for a second because I was trying to update your information so that we had your correct address. And I said, I was looking at that number going, that doesn't make sense at all given the sequence of the numbers here. And he's like, oh, thank you so much. So that was cool. And then as I'm walking out to the car, the lady comes out and she's like, hey, I got this big stuffed teddy bear. And I know do you guys carry around like stuffed animals for kids on crime scenes where they're really upset and you try to use those to like help soothe the kid and stuff? I'm like, actually we do. I got a big trash bag of filled with like little, you know, stuffed animals, and I do hand them out quite a bit whenever there's little kids that are kind of upset or scared for whatever reason on all types of different calls. So she brings out this teddy bear and it's probably about, you know, I don't know, 1.5 feet tall. It's bigger. It's like 10 times bigger than anything I got in that trash bag. And she's like, here you go. And I'm like, man, this is awesome. There's a wolf right there. So I got that teddy bear and it was right at the end of my shift. But I'm sitting there going, man, that teddy bear is awesome. It's going to really thrill some kid someday. And then I got home, I was telling my wife this story. And I was like, you know what? I am going back out there on Thursday. I want to go visit and check on that little girl who had the mulch stuck up in her nose and who's freaking out. And I'm going to see if I can give her that teddy bear. I think that's just going to make her day. So I can't wait for Thursday. Honestly, well, I can because it's not. That means my weekend's over and I'm not commentating as much as I am now with you guys playing Along Dark, but gives me a good positive feeling going back into work. There's a bear out there. Wow. Okay, I'm trying to avoid that wolf. There's some houses there. I think where I'm going to go is I'm going to actually go up here. There should be a house up here, right up in that area somewhere. Could kind of go for that house up there, but I think I'm going to go for this one because then I can kind of hit the abandoned lookout up there, that fire tower. I'm going to save those two like there's a couple islands with houses. I think there's 2 of them, and I'm going to save those for when I actually come and live here. I'm going to wait to explore those. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like I've been talking a lot about things outside of the game, but it has been one of those. It's been sort of a flurry of activity. What time is it? 2 hours of daylight left. This should work out pretty decent. Is our weight started dropping? Yeah, it has. So hopefully we don't start crawling along here too soon. But we only have to go up and hook around that rock to the right, and we should be right at a house. I really don't want to go into town with all this weight, because that's called Wolf Town. I think that's what the name of that town right in there. It should be. I got jumped in one of my series 3 times. We were trying to go ice fishing. I got jumped 3 times, and I almost lived. Fought the wolves off hand to hand all 3 times, and I almost lived, but yeah, I didn't. So apparently still only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and doesn't count in wolf encounters. At least in TLD. How we doing? Still okay. Yeah, we're doing alright. We're gonna be alright. We got lots of ammo. Let's just put it that way. I can scare wolves away if I have to. Yeah, worst comes to worst. We're not gonna die with like freaking 30 rounds of ammo. There's the see that Canadian flag? You know it's a safe haven right there, baby. You know that syrup in there's gonna be good. You're gonna have some good pancakes in the morning. So also, I sent another email out to Alan. Also, it's just like I just did a respond on the one that he sent me for the idea about the decoy preference. And I had another commenter. I think it was back in like episode 10. It was Up Yours was the name of the commenter, and he actually said, you know, I'm an older guy. You know, my eyes are older than yours, I think is how I put it. And he said, oh, we got all kinds of good stuff in here. He said, why is it all herky-jerky in here? Okay, there we go. It seemed like it was a little area. It's kind of jumpy again. I'm showing 30 frames per second. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing that, but it seemed a little jumpy there for some reason. He said my eyes are a little older than yours, and the white reticle. See how it kind of appears in white? He says, what's the deal with a white reticle when you're out there dealing with like a lot of snow around you? I wish I could pick it's hard for me to see. I wish I could pick a different color. So I sent Alan a message saying, hey, now that we don't have that reticle on the screen all the time, maybe it wouldn't be too, you know, game immersion breaking or whatever to have the reticle be a color of your own preference. So who knows? See what happens. I'll report back to you on that one too. Let's grab some water. What we got in here? Anything? These are pretty. These are a lot of times a treasure trove for good stuff. These houses like this. I'll take that. Stacy's grape soda, I'll leave that. Sewing kit, another one. I'll leave that behind. I got lots of sewing kits, more sewing kits than I know what to do with. Who knows? Maybe we'll find some of like a thick wool sweater. That would be ideal, right? So let's do that. And some good socks, like wool socks. That would be great. Do we have anything here? Here. You know what? I'm going to not use my flare. I'm going to use my lantern. All right. Yeah, it's like all jerky for some reason. I don't get that. Oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm not rendering anything, or I don't know why it's doing that. It's a little odd. Some water there. Yeah, that is kind of annoying. Okay, well, I apologize for that, guys. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Cotton long underwear. Do I already have cotton long underwear? I don't remember. Pretty sure I do. I think I do have exactly that. Okay, well, in some areas it's nice and smooth. I always think that that's a rifle round when I first glance at it, like out of my peripheral. Something down here? Nope, nothing. Okay. Another thing was you guys were saying that you can't really hear someone was saying I don't hear your keystrokes anymore, so that's good. I mean, I think I still hear them slightly, but they're not near as like annoying as they used to be. Yeah, we'll take that. 6 pain pills. Yeah. All right. Oh. All right. There's the door, bench. Wow, you got 4 cloth and 6 reclaimed wood from that. That's pretty good. Let's check this closet or cabinet here. Shoes, I'm going to leave that. Another tactic that they were saying was keep your, repair your clothes all the time, because that gets your repair skill up. And your repair skill doubles for, repairing, rifles and stuff. So whenever you do have fir wood and metal and
best be prepared for
valuable,
anything.
we'll leave that behind. Whenever if you use like the cloth that you find everywhere to keep your clothes up and use your sewing kit, then you don't have to worry about using your tools. That's pretty good. Cooked venison, gotta like that. You don't have to worry about using your tools because your skill's low. So basically buff up your skill by repairing clothes, and then use that once you reach 90, 100% repair skill, then you can start repairing your other items pretty confidently. So that's a good suggestion. I like that one.
I think I can use this.
I'm going to leave that. I got plenty of food, really. I'm going to stay here for the night, obviously, recover. I'm just curious if we're going to find... I don't think we're going to find a wool sweater in any of these cabinets, but, it's worth a shot. There's the pancakes. Man, they need to implement pancakes into this game somehow. I think one of the first things that they did was they had a pancake making contest at Hinterland. It's sort of like getting to know the team type thing, like a bonding experience. And they had and it was like posted on their Kickstarter page or their Scout page or something like that. So that's raw. I'm going to leave that. So I kind of was like, oh man, they're going to definitely be doing a lot of pancake references. So far, I've only really seen that little picture with the heart and pancakes on it. I'm like, man, come on, you got to do more than that. But, all right, parched, so don't worry about that. We got plenty of water floating around here. This house is actually pretty good. What are we? How hungry are we? 14:55. Let's go ahead and eat. That should take us up well over 2,200 or so. Keep those items. I'm thinking we'll just go ahead and now we just need to sleep. Less than 1 hour daylight left. That's pretty good timing, actually. And you know what? Hey, look at the time on the clock here. That's 32 minutes into the episode, according to my watch. So let's go ahead and rest for 8. There we go. 100% condition. I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by, commenting and supporting me in this dream of making it big here on YouTube. And, without you guys, it'd be pointless. So I owe you guys everything, really. And I just want you guys to know that I really, really mean that, and I appreciate it. So someone left a comment, and it was like, hey, when you start... I can't remember who it was. That was on Big Mike. I'm trying to think who it was. Might have been him. I can't remember what... somebody like that. But they're like, hey, when you get... I like the way you respond to every comment here. But when you get to 100,000 subscribers, man, you're gonna have to think up a different system or something. And I said, I'm just gonna design myself a fortune cookie message app, and it'll be a bot, and I'll just have it respond to all your comments. So it'll be like, chance favors you on tomorrow morning or something like that. That's going to be your response. You'll leave me a real thoughtful comment, and my bot will just shoot out something real generic. And then, of course, you need to add embed to the end of all those fortune cookies. That's what you're supposed to do. So you always add that embed to the end of any fortune cookie message, and hilarity ensues. Okay. All right, so here we are. Let's get to daytime. 2 hours of darkness left. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do 3 hours, and we're going to end it here. This episode seems so much better than the last episode. It's like I'm back on track. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is. Hopefully I'm not doing better just because my wife was in the hospital or something. I don't know. But all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. That would be very unfortunate. A very expensive way to make really good episodes. That could add up after a while. Hit that tip jar, because now I got a hospital copay to pay for. So y'all take care, and I'll see you in episode number 22, I think. Don't quote me. I think so. Bye now.